let me say something that might hit a little close to home. If your business is overwhelming you right now, it's probably not because you don't work hard enough, and it's probably not because you don't have enough people. Most of the time, it's because your business runs on memory instead of systems. Kevin Weir, your action business coach, helping you achieve your business dreams. And if you like this content, go ahead and click on the subscribe button to get notified for all of our content coming your way to help you be a better business owner. And before you brush off any concept of I don't work hard enough or I don't have enough people, why don't you stay with me for a second? Because this is where a lot of smart business owners get stuck. I've talked to business owners all the time who tell me things like, if I just had one more hire, everything would be fine. Or if I had an assistant, all of my problems would calm down. Or here's one, once I have a bigger team, things will be a lot easier. Well, here's the uncomfortable truth, ladies and gentlemen. If your business is chaotic right now with a small team, it will be even more chaotic with an even bigger team. So the overwhelm doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from having to decide everything, remember everything, and fix everything all at the same time. Okay? So this is a systems problem at its core. Now let's break this down into real terms so that you can understand what I'm talking about here. Okay? Most overwhelmed business owners are carrying the entire business in their head. Everything is up here, nothing is down here in your systems. Okay? You're remembering how things are done. They're deciding from scratch every time, and they're answering the same questions over and over and over. So even when you hire someone, guess what happens? They still come to you, they still need direction, and they still need your approval. Now, you're overwhelmed and you're managing people. That's not leverage, that's pressure. Now, here's a simple way that you can spot this. Now, if your business slows down when you step away, even for a day or actually sometimes even just a few hours, that's not dedication, that's dependency. If your business goes in a negative direction when you're not there for some reason, that's a problem that has to be dealt with. And I don't say this to criticize you whatsoever. I say this because most business owners were never taught how to build systems. They were taught to hustle. The whole hustle culture thing. Great. Hustle culture works when you're getting something off the ground, but it won't work on an ongoing, never-ending basis. It can't happen. You will burn yourself out. So I worked with a business owner one time that was answering customer emails 7 days a week. He had no off days whatsoever. And when we look closer, the issue, he kept telling me, is like, no one else can answer it but me. I'm the one that has to deal with these things. No, everybody else does it wrong. I'm the only person who does it right. So again, when we looked at the main issue, the issue wasn't talent. There was no system for responses, no templates, no rules on what needed to be approved, which didn't, which meant everything landed on his desk. Now, so every email, in essence, became a decision. Now, once we built a simple systems response, not fancy software, just clarity, the email stopped being overwhelming. It's the same workload, but a lot less mental weight. And see, this is the issue, is that a lot of business owners are suffering from their own mental weight that they put on themselves because they make the business all about them. So that's what systems actually do, is that they actually take that mental workload off of you. It doesn't make you robotic, and it doesn't remove unnecessary thinking. What it does is that it's the idea that, hey, I can actually depend on something other than myself. See here, if you're constantly jumping between tasks, it's not because you lack focus, it's because your business hasn't decided when certain things happen at what times. See, marketing happens, well, whenever I have time. Finances, well, I'll deal with them whenever I'm stressed or I get calls from somebody who wants more money from me than I actually have in my bank account. Or operations, whenever something breaks, I got to dive into it and fix it. See, that's reactive, and reactive business owners burn out quickly. Now, systems decide once so that you don't have to keep directing it. That's the definition of a system, is you write it once and you get paid forever or long term. So when does the content get created? It's when do you review numbers? When do leads get followed up on? We have to put those definitions and time frames and systems in place to make sure those things actually get done. If their answer is, well, it depends, That's where overwhelm lives. And I've heard that so many times from business owners when I ask them about when do certain critical things get happen, it's like, well, whenever I find the time. Well, guess what? You're not going to find the time until it's an emergency, and that's the worst time to figure something out. So now let's talk a little bit about the team piece, because this is where most people get it backwards. Hiring should reduce decision making, not increasing it. And so you basically, if you hire before your systems are crystal clear and in place, you're hiring someone right into a pit of confusion. They don't know what good looks like. They don't know what matters most. And they don't know how to win without asking you. And you end up becoming the system. And guess what? That becomes exhausting. So the goal isn't to remove yourself from the business completely. No, that's not what we're talking about. The goal is to remove yourself from being the bottleneck in your own business. So here's the mindset shift that I want you to take away from this video. I don't want you to build systems because you're scaling. I want you to build systems so that scaling doesn't break you. Always remember this, a business is designed to grow. If it's stagnant, it will die. So we always have to have a systems process to help you grow the business. If not, you're going to flatline the business because it can't keep going on and just stay stagnant. It just doesn't happen that way. So there's one thing that's one thing you need to answer every week. That one task to redo because it's never documented. And there's that one process that only works if you're involved. See, that's the first system you have to start developing, is the decision-making system. Write it down, record it once, and decide how it works when you're not there, because guess what? You need to go home for dinner every night and not sit there and wait and work until 8 p.m. at night figuring everything out while the team does whatever. Okay, so that's how overwhelm starts to shrink. A lot with more, less with more hours, more with less people if necessary, or creating systems. You come up with a better structure so not everything lands on your desk and, frankly, your head. Okay, and if this hits a nerve for you today, that's a good thing. Take a minute and reflect on where your business is depending so heavily on you that it becomes crushing. Not because you're incapable of letting go, but because nothing else exists yet. Okay? And if this was helpful today, I want you to save this video, share it with other business owners who are maybe even in the same situation so that they can get clarity on what they need to do. So not only for you, but get this in front of other business owners. I see this all the time. I want businesses to sort of thrive and create the business of people's dreams so they can live out a life. A business should not encumber you from your own personal dreams. Sometimes the real fix is simpler than we realize and smarter than we expect. I want you to go out there, make it a great day, create the business of your dreams.